Hello my lovelies and welcome to today's reading. So in today's topic we're going to delve into your person's feeling about you. So yeah, we're going to choose from 3 piles that I'm going to shuffle right now. How does pile number 1's person feel about them? Okay. I think I'm going to return them. Okay, we got Awas. I'm sorry for the pronunciation. But yeah, I'll try and pronounce them correctly. And I'm also going to look at the meaning later after you've chosen your pile. So that's pile number 2. Uruz. Again, I apologize if this is not the pronunciation. And finally, pile number 3, please. How does pile number 3's person feel about them? Pile number 3, please. Okay. Oh, Othala or Otala, I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay. I hope it's focusing. Okay, I'm just, yeah. Okay, so take as much time as you need. You can pause the video if you wish, or we can take 3 deep breaths together. Okay. Right. So, I will see you in your readings. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. So you've chosen Awas. Let's try and find the meaning of this card. So, Awas. Meaning you, tree. Sorry, I hope this is focusing. This rune card is associated with endings, but with any ending there's always a new beginning. Something in your life is fading away, but is being replaced by something stronger and more relevant. This card is linked to the symbolism of a yew tree, known for its strength, endurance, incredible longevity, and ability to regenerate from within its own trunk. If you draw this card, you need to allow aspects of your life and yourself, your assumptions, to fade away naturally. Be patient, just let them go, and allow new life to take root. While ending and death is the dominant theme here, this card is also about endurance and dependability, and the excitement and possibilities of rebirth. You're transforming from the inside out and should not fight this process or try to breathe life into what is dying within you. You're entering a phase of renewed strength, vitality, and personal power. Wow, okay, so we're starting off very, very strong. Okay, so there's definitely a theme about death and rebirth, something that is ending. Okay, so let's draw a few cards. Let's see. How does your person feel about you, pile 1? Oh, we've got the Lovers in reverse. Okay, I usually do not take reversals, but I'm feeling very called to take reversals for this reading. We've got the 3 of Wands. Okay. How is pile number 1's person feeling about them? Pile number 1, please. Spirit guides. Okay, we've got the 4 of Cups in reverse. it's the first time that I'm using this tarot deck. It's the Rainbow Tarot. It's gorgeous. I love the colors. It's very vibrant. Okay, what else? How is pile number 1? This person feeling about them. We've got death. Very interesting because, you know, death is definitely a theme here. But of course, you know, it's not literal death. Death means rebirth. And that is something that is always forgotten when we get the death card. I remember even before I used to do a lot of readings and I got the death card, I used to start panicking. Okay, don't panic. Okay, it's all about renewal and rebirth. But let's keep shuffling, and we've got the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Now I'm going to draw some affirmations, sorry. I mean, is it affirmation or so what does the Lovers mean, basically? I think it's, I can't remember, I'm having a brain fog, sorry. So what does the Lover in reverse wants to tell us? We've got, okay, the Hierophant in reverse. What about the 3 of Wands? Justice in reverse. Your person is definitely very chatty. There's an energy about them that is very talkative, or that they really want to reach out, you know. Oh wow. See, speaking of reaching out, maybe they, you know, maybe they're not in contact, or you haven't talked in a while, or it's like they really want to talk to you, you know. There's this feeling of this feeling that communication is lacking. I'm really sorry about this glare here. I can't do anything about it right this second. But just, I'm really sorry. Let me try and just, if I just do these with the cards, do you think it'd be better if I just put the cards here, maybe? Because it's, actually without the light, the video is not going to be clear. So, okay, this will have to do. Okay, it's actually fine now. Sorry about that, pile number 1. You can skip ahead. Okay, right. Sorry, I'm a bit perfectionist as well. Okay, right, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Your bottom deck is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, right. Okay, so with the Lovers in reverse, you know, and the Hierophant that is confirming the energy. Yeah, sorry, the Lovers in reverse. The Hierophant. Okay, sorry. The Hierophant is confirming that, you know, there is some kind of, not maybe an ending between you and your person. You know, for a few of you there's definitely been an ending, okay, and the 4 of Wands in reverse wants to be shown. So maybe you've separated from your person, or you're not communicating with them, or maybe there is some physical distance between you two. Maybe someone moved away, or, you know, there's definitely been some sort of ending. And the Hierophant is all about marriage, institution. Every time I see the Hierophant, I think about marriage, okay? We've got religious institution as well. So it's a very strong energy. And for it to be paired with the Lovers in reverse, and both are reversals, this is a very significant relationship in your life and in their lives as well, okay? You probably had a very intense connection with them, you know, when you first met. There's this strong attraction towards them, or you had a very long relationship with them for some of you. That's why you can't seem to be you can't seem to forget about them, or you can't take them out of your mind. You know, they're always coming back. Okay, they probably already are coming back physically, but I think it's more energetically and mentally. They're always present, they're always here. Very, very significant relationship. You know, I do think that your person still has a lot of feelings for you, because although the Lovers is reversed, it's still here. Okay, the energy is still very much present. It's still very much it's the first card, okay, the first tarot card that fell. And yeah, they still want to tell you that I still do have feelings, but they don't know where the connection is going anymore. They don't know, okay, what is happening, what is going to happen in the future. Are you going to get back together? Is it possible? Is it feasible? Do you still love them? Okay, and there's this feeling of they want a renewal. Okay, they want a rebirth with this Awas card, but obviously they're not sure if it's going to be possible. Okay, we've got a Justice in reverse, which for me is unfairness. Okay, for them, I don't know, I feel like something that happened in this connection is very unfair, something that has struck them, and you know, and they were like, oh, okay, well, this is not right. Okay, they probably, again, like I said before, they're probably at a physical distance with you with the Three of Wands here, but they definitely are still thinking about you very strongly. You're still very much, your energy is lingering, you know, and I feel like your person, maybe, you know, maybe they try to communicate, or maybe they try to resolve this. Maybe you both try to resolve the situation, but there's this feeling of, okay, I don't know if it's possible anymore. Maybe you had many breakups, or maybe you had, you know, I feel it's like fight or flight, or, you know, one is pulling the energy away, and then one is going in, you know, pushing, pulling, vice versa. So, but with the King of Pentacles here, they are, okay, the King of Pentacles for me is very Taurian energy. Okay, Taurus is a very stubborn, you know, and the King of Pentacles always is represented by the bull as well. You see the horns of the bull. But if you know a little bit about the Rider-Waite tarot deck, you know that they have the bull represented on it. I think it's the Rider-Waite, I'm not sure, but there's definitely a lot of Taurus energy that is represented in King of Pentacles. And Taurus is very stubborn, okay? Once Taurus has an idea, and I have a rising in Taurus, so yeah, we can definitely be very stubborn, and once we have an idea, we stick with it. Okay, it's the same thing with feelings. You know, people with Taurus energy, they are very when they love someone, they stick with it. Okay, they're in love for a long time. You know, it's not like a fleeting energy. So, and it's in the middle, so it's like their presence is very, you know, their feelings for you are very, very strong. You know, but with the Empress in reverse here, with the Death, there's definitely been some kind of change in the dynamics. They still see you as the Empress, but, you know, with the reversal and Death, there's some kind of, obviously we've been saying this ending, but I feel like they want to try and work for it, make it, you know, they don't want to, I don't know, do they, let me ask confirmation, do they want to give up? Let's ask. I'll keep your bottom deck here because it's very significant to have the Ace of Pentacles, because the Ace of Pentacles is about beginning something again. Okay, it's the first card in the Ace of is in the suit of Pentacles. It's all about starting again, but starting very strongly. Okay, Pentacles is a very solid energy. It's not fleeting. It's not like swords. It's not like wands. Okay, Pentacles is a very stable energy. You know, where, you know, if you have the Ace of Pentacles in a love reading, you know that they're coming in with a very stable proposition. You know, they're okay. We had this card before. I mean, it just wanted to it wants to come back. We've got the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, and then we've got the Four of Wands in reverse. The Four of Swords, sorry, it's not focusing. Okay, a lot of fours. Okay, Four of Cups, Four of Wands, Four of Swords. And do we have the Four of Pentacles? No, we don't. Okay, because the Four of Pentacles is all about holding on. Okay, not letting go. So maybe they've tried to let go a little bit. Okay, maybe they tried to, you know, even with this Ace of Pentacles, they want to come in with a stable proposition. They want to rekindle in a way. They want to have this relationship with you again, pile number one. But with the Four of Wands in reverse, obviously the card is still here. They still want that union. But the fact that it's reversed is making me say that they're in a standstill, or they're in a stagnant energy. It's not that they don't want to, but maybe they feel that they cannot, maybe because of a physical distance, maybe of a emotional withdrawal, or, you know, maybe they're a bit confused as well. They're not really sure. They know what they want, which is, sorry, they know that they have feelings for you. Okay, they know that they're in love with you, but they're not sure what to do with this energy here. Because we got the Eight of Pentacles as well, ending your reading, and it was paired with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, Two of Pentacles in reverse is, Two of Pentacles is juggling, you know, being overwhelmed. But when you reverse it, is in a way, you know, you're getting over this overwhelming feeling. So maybe it was very overwhelming, the relationship between you two. Maybe the dynamics were a bit messed up in a way. And, you know, maybe they don't want to feel overwhelmed anymore, even if they have strong feelings for you, pile number one. It's giving me this energy of they're trying to be a bit more detached from it. And it's again very confusing. Maybe they've given you mixed signals as well, because I'm getting a bit of a mixed energy kind of vibe. The King of Pentacles, again, very strong. I'm sure of it. The Lovers, even if it's reversed, it's here. You know, it's I love you kind of energy. But at the same time, I'm not sure. It didn't really work before. We had many problems. We've been through a lot of fights, a lot of breakups, a lot of going back and forth, you know. So it's that thing of, you know, they're not sure if this rebirth is possible, you know. I think they're just letting it, they're just waiting and see, you know, where this current energy will lead them. Okay, they might send you a text, or they might try and you know, I mean, I don't know. It seems that for a few of you, but very few of you, and honestly, it's my second reading on this channel, and there's something that you need to know about me. I do not sugarcoat my readings. I will tell you as it is. And it doesn't seem that this person, for very few of you, they might send you a text, okay? But for the rest of you, I think for the minute, they're just not going to do anything. They're not going to take any action. They're just going to think about it for the minute, or just, you know, let it die. Okay, again, apologies if this sounds very harsh, but you know, I think they're just trying to get over themselves, I think. And when I say let it die, I'm not saying their love for you, but the feeling of stagnation, feeling of what am I meant to do? So they just want to move on from that energy, and hopefully they can come back strong with a proposition, with, oh, let's meet up for a date, let's have a chat, let's have a cup of tea, and, you know, talk about all these feelings. But for the minute, it doesn't seem like they want to reach out. I mean, they want to reach out, okay, but I don't think they will do it, okay? They're just thinking about it. Eight of Pentacles is a lot about working things out, okay? And they are thinking about it. They do love you, okay? They do see you as their empress, okay? They do have very strong feelings, again, with the King of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. But they feel like a lot of what happened in this connection has been very unfair. And, you know, they're still trying to work everything out, really, you know. Okay, let's ask for advice from your person, actually. Advice for you from your person. What advice are they giving you? Again, I'm really sorry if this was not the reading that you hoped, but I'm here to give you clarity. And again, you know, no reading is set in stone. Readings, tarot cards do not dictate your life, so you're free to do what you want, okay? This is just a guiding tool. And if you're not happy with the reading, again, I apologize. You know, but for the rest of you, I hope I've given you some clarity. But yeah, let's ask for advice from this person. Oops. Okay, we got the gem. Okay, I think there's too many, but we've got the gem. But let's take it, okay? Like I said, your person is very chatty. They love talking to you. Okay. Oops. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to take these, but I want to show, okay, you've got the Mother and Sustainer. Okay, the Flame. We've got the Flame. Okay, we haven't had this passion coming through before, but there's definitely a lot of passion, you know. Or the Flame is making me think of, you know, okay, there's an expression in my hometown, okay, I am from Mauritius, okay, and there's this expression, it says, pas allume la bougie rose, which means don't wait, okay, don't wait. This is what it means, because bougie in French as well as in Mauritian Creole means candle, and the expression, yeah, literally means don't wait. So yeah, there's this feeling in Kairos. Kairos is the card about time, okay, so there's this feeling of, you know, don't wait, you know, they will take time. For some of you, they will reach out, they will come back around. It's just a question of time. But for others of you, okay, I think this reading is very much, you know, half and half. But again, minds can change, feelings can evolve. But yeah, the present energy are very strongly indicating that your person is taking some time out from this connection. You know, they're making themselves a little bit scarce and, you know, thinking of whether this rebirth is possible here. But they also want to remind you, and there's the very cute advice, to be honest, that you're a gem. Okay, never forget that you're a gem, that you're a beautiful soul, beautiful person inside out. They see you for who you truly are, this beautiful, colorful person. You know, it's mad how, you know, they see you as this very unique person. They see you how everybody, you know, everybody is usually the same. Everybody is doing the trendy things. Everybody is just trying to be like everybody else. You're just being unique. You're just doing your own thing. You're just this beautiful gem. You're this beautiful star that shines a bit brighter than the other stars. And they've always seen you as the one. Okay, this Empress is very indicating of them seeing you as their soulmate, as their ultimate partner. Okay, the one is this card about, you know, I see you as the person for me. Okay, I have always seen you as that person. You're so unique, you're so gorgeous, you've always been the one for me. I see a beautiful life with you. I see us having a house together one day, hopefully. I see us, you know, having a beautiful family and being happy. I really did see that. I really did see this beautiful life with you. But at the minute, I'm just taking some time out because with everything that has happened recently, I'm not sure where this relationship is going. But this doesn't change the fact that you're my gem. You're the one for me. And I see us being a family one day. Hopefully our circumstances will change and, you know, we'll be able to build this beautiful life together. Hopefully one day we'll be able to reunite. Okay, your person is very, very emotional. Pile number one, they have really big feelings for you. They're in love with you. That is something that I said from the beginning. They're madly in love with you. But obviously at the minute with this death, Thanatos or Thanatos is the death card. Okay, but again, death always means rebirth, always. And like I said, you know, this reading is not fixed. Minds change, energies fluctuates, okay? And, you know, the advice from them is to remember that you're the one and only. You're truly a unique person, okay? Never forget how beautiful you are inside out, okay? Never forget who you are. And they don't want you to wallow. They don't want you to be sad. They don't want you to they don't want you to forget the beautiful light that shines within you. They don't want to forget how vibrant and colorful your personality is. Okay. Yeah. Let's get one more advice. This advice is from your spirit guides. One advice for pile number one. Okay, self-knowledge. Dive into your depths where your truth resides. Okay, self-knowledge. Yeah, this card is about diving deep within you, you know, meditating, having this inner reflection, trying to know yourself a bit better. I think the spirit guides is advising you to take this time for the self. Do things that make you happy. Do things that enlighten your soul, do things that that you've always been passionate about. Okay, it's not about waiting for your person to come. Okay, it's about doing things for yourself. Okay, this is very important in this period of stagnation, in this period of death, to be able to be reborn, for this rebirth to happen. You need to start focusing on yourself. Okay, just start focusing on yourself. Pile number 1, this is very important. But yeah, this was a very tough reading, and for those who haven't clicked out, I'm really sorry this is not what you were expecting. But again, don't forget that your person really loves you. They have loads of feelings for you, but life happens, and at the moment they're not, they're just thinking about what to do next. And but yeah, I hope this gave you a little bit of clarity, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye, pile number 1. Hello, pile number 2. You chose the card Urus. So let's see what it means. Okay, so meaning, ox strength. A symbol of brute strength and power, the wild ox of ancient times was both revered and feared because it was wild. This rune is a symbol of physical power, vitality, and good health. It can also suggest great emotional courage. If you're going through difficult times, you must find the creativity inside yourself to pull through. You have great power within, and you need to unleash that power. When you do, there is no stopping you. There is also a rune about the need to take a risk and not fear change. But conversely, it may also be urging caution. Energy that is misdirected can do great harm to both yourself and others. So ensure that your words and actions do not wound or result in chaos, but rather in healing and peace. Okay, so yeah, starting off strong. Alright, so let's see what the tarot has to say. How does your person feel about you, part 2? We've got Judgment. How does your person, okay. Page of Cups. How does your person feel about you, pile number 2? Ace of Pentacles. Ooh. We've got the Ace of Cups and the 3 of Swords in reverse. Okay, I usually do not take reversals, but as I said to pile number 1, I'm feeling called to take reversals in this reading today. Okay. So, what else? How's your person feeling about you? Okay, the Judgment paired with the 9 of Pentacles. What about the Page of Cups? What does it mean? We've got 2. We're going to keep it. We've got the 5 of Swords and the King of Cups. Okay, I'm just going to put that here, okay? Yeah. How does your person feel about you, pile number 2? We've got Death in reverse. Pile number 1 also got Death, but upright this time. We've got, the Hermit. And the 3 of Swords in reverse. We've got the Magician in reverse, okay? And we got the 2 of Swords in reverse as your bottom deck, okay? This energy is very much, okay, it feels like I'm in the middle of a fight, or, it feels like with your person, there's a lot of passion between you, and sometimes this passion is being expressed in, I don't know if it's expressed in anger, but sometimes people have a lot of passion towards each other. They get very, when they get angry or when they have a fight, they get very passionate, okay? And I think this is what's happening here with your connection. There's probably been a few words that has been said that has hurt the other. Maybe your person has said a few words and they're feeling apologetic about it. The Page of Cups for me is in relationship. I mean, in a love reading, it means I'm really sorry for my actions. Okay, I apologize. And especially that it has been paired with the Five of Swords and the King of Cups. It feels like, they probably said a few things that they regretted or that they didn't mean with the King of Cups in reverse. The Five of Swords, obviously, it's all about, conflict, okay? But the difference with the Five of Wands is the Five of Swords is very much a mental conflict. And I think this is what's happening here. You also have the physical conflicts. Obviously, I hope nobody's been physically abusive against each other, because I do not condone this type of behavior. And if they are, or if you are being physically abusive towards each other, I advise that you do not see them ever again and that you talk to someone, a professional, to address this. But again, I do not think that they've been physically abusive with you. I hope not. Pile number 2, please reach out to a professional if this is the case. But here I do feel it's a mental conflict, and you're having verbal fights with each other, like how couples fight. They have disagreement, okay? But yeah, so I think with the Five of Swords, I think sometimes they get angry and then their words get twisted, but they do not mean it, because with the King of Cups, even if it's reversed, it's still here. It's a very strong energy, and they're very emotional. They're a softie at heart, but it feels like you've been fighting a lot lately, and with the Death in reverse, they do not want to leave this connection. It feels like they're very much trying to reach out, and I don't know, to be honest, I don't know if on your side there's a bit of reluctance, or I don't know if you're being fed up. I have a feeling of you being a bit fed up with them, in the sense that some of you, maybe not all of you, but for a few of you, maybe you're a bit fed up with the energy, or they're a bit wishy-washy, or it might not be disagreements between you two, but it might just be them being wishy-washy, them not being, one day I'm in love with you, or I'm very interested, and then the next day, sign of them, okay? I think, I think this person has feelings for you with the King of Cups. They do, they are attracted to you, they are interested, they have an interest in you, but I don't know if they're very serious, okay? That's what I'm getting. Again, I said to pile number 1, this is my second reading on this channel, so most of you, you don't know me, okay? This is my second reading on this channel. Okay, I've done many more readings before, but on YouTube it's my second reading, so you don't know me, but I do not sugarcoat my readings. I will always tell you as it is. And for me, it seems that this person is not being very serious at present. Okay, again, energy fluctuates, mind change, people change. But right now, although they have an attraction towards you, although, it doesn't seem that they're very... It seems like they're very wishy-washy, pile number 2. Yeah, it seems that they're a bit confused as well with the energy. although they're a softie, but I think, you know, soft people are generally like this as well. They don't want to get too involved because they know that if they get hurt, it will be really hard for them to actually get back up, you know, and I think they're trying to protect themselves. Why? I'm not sure. I can ask the cards, okay? Why is your person, why are they being, we've got strength in reverse, okay? And the Four of Wands in reverse. Pile number 1 also got Four of Wands in reverse. I think, you know, the strength in reverse in relationship, I think it's, yeah, okay, and I'm having like a mind blank as well. I think your person is just unsure about what they want. Pile number 2, I think they just don't know, okay? They know that they're attracted to you. They know that you have a very passionate energy, passionate attraction towards them. You know, you both, you have a very intense attraction, okay? Maybe your first meeting, you were like, oh, struck by them, and they were struck by you. There's this feeling of, wow, okay, this is very intense. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like they're not really sure about what they want, okay? The Three of Swords in reverse, they have been very hurt in the past. Okay, again, they're a softie, and despite outer appearance, but they're a softie, okay, and they've been through a lot in their life, their emotional life, or, you know, and they're the kind of people that don't get up from heartbreaks that easily. That's why sometimes, you know, you feel that they're withdrawing, or the energy gets withdrawn, you know. And yeah, I've got a feeling that your person is just, they're just, you know, I think they're just considering what your connection can bring them. I think in a sense, you know, with the King of Cups, yes, they're very soft at heart, but they, to avoid having a lot of heartbreak or going into a situationship that will end up hurting them, they use their mind a lot. Like, I wouldn't say they're calculated, but, you know, they will approach a situation with their brain. Maybe that's where all these harsh words are coming from, or things that you feel like, oh, why are they saying this? You know, there's a lot of like miscommunication happening in this connection. You know, I think it's just miscommunication, it's misfiring as well. And, you know, I don't think they feel, I don't think obviously they do not want to have this miscommunication with you, but they're just trying to guard themselves from a heartbreak. And I think at the minute they're just testing the waters, okay? That's why they're a bit wishy-washy. They're just trying to see how you will react when, for example, they've not responded to your text right away, or they're talking about this other person in their lives, to see how you will react, okay? It sounds a bit like mind games to me, but, you know, again, I don't think your person is bad at heart. I think they're just trying to protect themselves, but they're not doing it in the right way, okay? They're just being a bit immature in their own weird ways. To be honest, point number 2, I have dealt with people like that in the past, and I would understand if you've already clicked out from this reading, and, you know, you don't want to hear about it, or, you know, for some of you who's still here, I just feel like if you're interested with this person, if you have an interest in this person, you know, I think you have to be sure that they mature a little bit, or that they open up to you and explain you clearly, but you know, this is what's going on, okay? Because obviously the tarot reading here is explaining how they're feeling, but I think it's important to have a discussion. Okay, again, tarot do not dictate your life. Tarot readings are not set in stone. Like I said, energy fluctuates, people change, all this. But I think you need to have a serious discussion with them if you want something a bit more serious. You need to ask them to open up a little bit more. But that is up to you, pile number 2, okay? If you want this connection with them, if you want this relationship with them, you need to ask them to open up. They probably already have opened up to a few of you, so you probably already know how they are. You probably already know that they've been hurt in the past, so now they're being a bit more careful. But I think for others, you need to dive deeper into this and ask them clearly, you know, if you want a connection with me, just, you know, just tell me and just be serious, okay? I don't want this wishy-washy energy, okay? Yeah, okay. And to be honest, point number 2, I'm not doing the reading on how you're feeling, so you're probably a bit wishy-washy. I mean, I don't know, maybe a few of you are, or maybe a bit fed up with them. I'm not sure how you're feeling, but you know, I think if you want a connection, it's fair that you would ask them to be serious, okay, and to not play games, not play mind games, because that's not how you enter a relationship. That's not how you approach someone with a desire to be with them. So yeah, that is okay. Yeah, I want to draw one more card for you, pile number 2, because even though I'm not very satisfied with this energy, what does pile number 2, what does your person want from you, pile number 2? What do they want from you? The Queen of Cups in reverse. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they want, oh gosh, okay. And we've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, Nine of Wands is all about defending yourself, protecting yourself, okay? Just shutting yourself down sometimes, just protecting yourself, okay? That's what the Nine of Wands is about. And here it's reverse, you know, and with the Queen of Cups in reverse, obviously we ask the question, what do they want from you? They want a consort. They want someone who can match their energy. Obviously, we don't want none of that wishy-washy energy, okay? None of that. But the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, oh my god, they're made for each other. They're perfect for each other. I told you, pile number 2, your person is a softie, okay? They're hiding behind this mask. They're hiding behind their shield, okay? They're just trying to protect themselves. They want, you know what they want, pile number 2? They want someone who will not break their heart. Bless them. Bless their soul. Okay, and honestly, I've been like that a few times where, you know, I've protected myself. We've all been like that. I'm not trying to find excuses for them. None of that, pile number 2. But I think I know where they're coming from, in the sense that, you know, I don't want anybody to hurt my feelings, so that's why I'm acting a little bit strong. I'm acting a little bit childish. I'm trying to test you a little bit, mind games and all this. But they want someone who will match their energy 100%. Okay, they just want their soulmate. They just want to be with the one. That's what they want, pile number 2. And again, you know, they're not approaching it in the right way. But coming back to what I said before, if you want a relationship with them, if you want something serious, you need to have a serious talk with them. And honestly, that's a bit of unsolicited advice, because the whole reading is about how they feel about you. But if you want my advice, obviously, have a chat with them, see where they stand, and yeah, that's pretty much the reading, pile number 2. Let me ask, because we're done with the tarot. We're done with the tarot now, so let's ask advice from your person. Advice from your person. Advice from your person. Okay, we got the Pilgrim. Let's get one more for good measure. Okay, oops. This one. Okay, we've got the Riddle. And the bottom deck is the Bridge. Okay, again, this feeling of I give as much, I need to receive as much as I give in, as much as I give, basically. You know, it's that feeling of maybe in the past, they've loved the wrong person, or they've done too much for that person, and then they were left heartbroken, and, you know, maybe they felt used in the past for various reasons. But their advice is be patient. Okay, the Pilgrim is all about taking a journey. Okay, for me, obviously pilgrim is a pilgrimage. Okay, and a pilgrimage, you need to be patient, you need to be resistant, you need to have this whole, you know, it's a whole journey with them. The advice is you got to be patient if you want to be with me, because they're still on their own journey of trying to get over the heartbreak, trying to get over themselves. And, you know, if sometimes with the Riddle, like I said, wishy-washy, you feel like, oh, you don't know what they want, okay? You don't know how they feel about you. One day, you feel like they're in love, they're very interested, they're fully into you, they're passionate. The next day, bye, I'm gone, okay? Or the next day, they're in a bad mood, or you're having fights with them. So yeah, I just feel like they are very wishy-washy. But if you really want them, pile number 2, you got to be patient. And you know, what they want to say is, I know I'm not easy to read, I know that, you know, I'm a riddle most of the time, but I just want someone who can match my energy. I just want someone who can love me deeply, because, you know, inside I'm this King of Cups, I'm this teddy bear, and I don't want to get hurt, because in the past it hasn't been easy, and I'm still going through it, pile number 2. So I'm sorry for all the things that I said I didn't mean, or all the fights, all the wishy-washiness. This is not who I truly am, but I'm trying to find this Queen of Cups, the person who will match my energy, the person who is the one for me, my soulmate. And yeah, I just want to be loved. But yeah, I'm sorry, I know I'm not approaching this in the right way. But if you want to be with me, if you want to be this Queen of Cups for me, pile number 2, be patient. Wow, this is very, very sweet, pile number 2. It's like, you know, it's like they're showing you a new side of them, a new side that is softer. And I feel like, you know, if you decide to wait, or if you decide to have this chat with them, which I think you should, this person will end up being this very sweet, affectionate, loving soul, and, you know, who will always try to keep you happy. But again, the best one usually are the ones that at first they're trying to defend themselves, they're protecting themselves from pain, because they're the one who feel the most. They're the one who, you know, They do feel the most. Pile number 2, that's why they're like this. But again, you know, tarot do not dictate your life, and I would understand if you're completely fed up, if you know, if you do not want to, if you don't have the patience. So yeah, it's up to you. Tarot do not dictate your life. Pile number 2, you're free to do what you want, but yeah, that's how your person is feeling about you, and that's what they wanted to say. Let's get an advice from your spirit guides. One advice from your spirit guides, please. One advice from your spirit guides. One advice from your spirit guides. Empowerment. Assert yourself and shine your power now. You know, it's very significant. You know, you've got power here, all this. You know, it's very powerful energy. Again, there's this strong connection between you two, very deep soul bonding. Creative fire. Reveal your creative talent for an inspired life. I think what your spirit guides are telling you is, again, if you want to be with this person, totally up to you, but it's all about taking action. And I think, you know, I think they're telling you what I told you, to take action towards this person. If you really are interested, you need to have a chat with them, you need to talk to them, you need to let them open up, and, you know, just try and touch their soft side. Try to get them to be soft to you and to be tender and gentle. You know, it's going to take them a lot of courage to actually do this, because again, they're not sure if you're that person for them. They're not sure if you're the one. They're not sure if you'll hurt them or not. So it will take them some time. So you got to be, again, you got to be patient, but you got to be I think you got to be smart about how you're going to approach them. I think for a few of you, they've already opened up, but they're still not sure if you're the one. You know, there's this whole feeling about them being able to trust you, not because you did something untrusting. I'm sure most of you, you've been amazing with them, you've been, you know, pristine and all this, but I think for them it's just more, again, you know, there's this repeating, you know, they keep saying, I don't want to be hurt. So that's what it all is, pile number 2. But you got to take action, okay? Have this chat with them, you know, and yeah, again, unsolicited advice. I mean, no, we did ask for advice, but you know, I just feel like some of you, I keep saying unsolicited, I feel like some of you maybe are really fed up, because for some of you, you know how all the energies are different, but it all condensate in one reading, but you have different variation between you guys. So, you know, maybe some of you, it's been years or months, and you know, they've been doing this, and then you're just fed up now. So it's totally understandable that some of you just want to leave, okay? But for others of you who still have the patience, or for others of you that's just been at it a few weeks or a few months and you don't mind waiting as much, yeah, go for it, pile number 2. They're a softie, okay? They're just looking for their soulmate, which is very sweet. But yeah, this was your reading, pile number 2, and very intense, and I hope this gave you some clarity, and yeah, I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Othala, or Otala, sorry about the pronunciation, but let's see what it means in the book. So it's Othala, I think. Okay. It means property, inheritance. Othala is the 24th and final rune card. It pays tribute to your family heritage, both the material possession you have inherited and the attributes and traits that you were born with. When this rune card appears in a reading, you are encouraged to think about your ancestors and your current family traditions. Which influences and beliefs from your past, including your childhood, have shaped your life and contributed to the person you are today? How far do these beliefs chime with your own? Do you feel there is conflict between what is expected of you and who you really want to be? Either way, this card calls you to be true to who you are and to let go of beliefs that don't feel in tune with anymore. That you don't feel in tune anymore. Sorry. That you don't feel in tune with anymore. What truly matters to you? An alternative reading of this rune card is that you should research your family history to discover what the past can teach you about who you are and where you came from. Okay. That is actually very interesting that this came up for love reading, because initially when I saw this card, because we have the kid here and then we have someone who seems to be the mother, and we have, an older person here, probably the grandmother, and the child version of, this person. It's the grandmother, the mother who was a child, and now the mother and the kids. So like generations. I mean, obviously these cards speak about inheritance. So yeah, there's definitely some kind of family, family dynamic here, and that's the first thought that I have when I saw this card. I was like, oh, okay, family. Probably you already have a family with your person, or you feel they feel very drawn to have a family with you. Yeah, definitely some family dynamic here, but let's pull some tarot cards and see, how does your person feel about you, pile number 3? How does the person feel about you? Okay, so we've got the King of Swords. As I told pile number 1 and 2, I usually don't read reversals, but I'm feeling called to take reversal in this reading. So, and usually with reversals, you get more meaning out of a card, because you read it in 2 different ways. Okay, how does your person feel about you, pile number pile number 3? Okay, so now let's ask for confirmations. I keep saying confirmation, but I'm not sure if this is what it's called, when you want to confirm a card, why I got the King of Swords in reverse, and then you get another card. So please let me know in the comments what is it called. Is it confirmation, or I don't know, I'm having a lot of brain fog. Maybe that's what your person is feeling as well, a lot of brain fog. Okay, I mean, it's the 3rd reading. The 3rd reading is always a bit, you reach the end, so I get a bit, with the energy. I did clean the card, I did clean the energy, and, but you still get a little bit of, you get tired when you shuffle, when you read. Okay, how does your person feel about you? Pile number 3. How does your person feel about you? Okay, how does your person feel about you? Pile number 3. A lot of reversal in this reading. 5 of Wands in reverse. Oops. And Death in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, pile number 3. Okay. Yeah, definitely very different from this card here, where here you feel like, it looks like it looks like there's a happy family here. The kid is happy, the mom is happy, the grandma seems to be happy as well. So there's definitely a lot of change from the tarot cards. So what I'm seeing is that, you know, your person definitely wants a family with you, or you probably already are in a relationship with that person. You probably, you know, some of you probably live with that person, some of you might be married to that person, you probably already have a family with them, like kids, you know. Family is very strong here, but the fact that it's not really portrayed here in the reading, in the tarot cards, I think it's just, you know, maybe your person is you know, reversal cards are also signify block energy. Okay, the energies are just, something is not moving here. You know, maybe they say family with you, but you have different plans, different vision. It seems that maybe you're very different person, like you're opposite, you know, and maybe your person is having a hard time reconciliating their opinions or their vision, or, you know, their way of life with you, especially if they're living with you. Maybe you're having a hard time adjusting to moving in together, or you just got married, so you're having a little trouble just adjusting to life together, you know. So I think it's that feeling of, how can we make this work? Because your person does want to make it work, okay? And if you it's very funny because the Eight of Pentacles and the Fool card is they are the only two cards that are upright. Okay, so there's definitely some kind of work that your person wants to put in. And the Fool is all about new beginning and you know, starting fresh, bringing this new energy in the relationship. And that is definitely something that your person is willing to work on, but I think they need a little bit of help here. They need to collaborate with you in a way. You actually need to sit down and talk. It's kind of similar with pile number 2, because the reading ended with they need to sit down and have a chat with that person, and here is the same thing. And it's funny because it's how your person feel, not, you know, what action do you need to take. But I think it's just a bit of unsolicited advice from your person, from their spirit guides, that, you know, you need to sit down and actually talk things through, you know. There's definitely some kind of you know, misalignment between you two, but they do feel very, you know, very strong towards you. You know, they know that you know, they consider you as family already. If, you know, for some of you who are not already family, if you don't already have a family with this person, they do want to have this family with you. They do want to put the work in. They do want this fresh energy, this new beginning. But at the minute, everything seems a little bit, you know, everything is reversed. So, you know, you definitely have turned this person's world upside down. Okay, but I don't think it's a bad thing here. I don't think they think, you know, it's very funny. There's a lot of contradicting energy. The King of Swords is all about clarity, but when it's reversed, it's a lack of clarity. The Five of Swords is mental, you know, conflict, you know, mental conflict. But when it's reversed, is mental clarity. You know, the Eight of Pentacles, okay, these two are fine, but Temperance in reverse is you know, having this lack of balance, this lack of feeling a little bit, you know, overwhelmed, not feeling that you've got everything sorted. Temperance for me is like an angel, like, and having one foot on everything, like one foot in the water, one foot on the earth, being balanced, being focused, you know. And the Eight of Cups in reverse is all about feeling stagnation, not being able to go with the flow in some way. The Four of Wands in reverse and the Five of Wands. Very funny, this is contradicting as well, because Four of Wands in reverse is misharmony. Disharmony or misharmony? I think it's disharmony. But yeah, not feeling feeling a little bit disconnected. And the Five of Wands in reverse means trying to walk away from conflicts. And then Two of Cups in reverse, obviously feeling disconnected again. Death in reverse, though, maybe acknowledging that a rebirth is needed. Very funny. I think your person is a deep thinker, or they take, you know, I think they usually sort of person that will sit down and really, you know, they will think a lot. I mean, obviously a lot of people are thinkers, but I think that your person is very different in the sense that they will always get lost in deep thoughts, or I think I think sometimes they also get a little bit lost in their thoughts. Is that what that's what I'm trying to say? But at the same time, I think at the minute they're just a little bit confused. But what is happening actually? Let me just clarify. What is happening? What's happening with pile number 3's person? What are they trying to say? What is it? Okay, we got the King of Wands and the Emperor. Okay, both are very strong energy, very like, you know, I'm here kind of energy. And, you know, I think, like I said, because for me, the King of Wands and the Emperor in a love reading, they are, no, the King of Wands is passionate. He loves his woman. He goes for it. You know, he'll do everything to sweep her away, you know, being swept away. How do you call this? Sorry, because English is my second language, if you haven't heard from my accent, but being swept away, like falling head over heels. And the Emperor is, you know, he's the he wants to be here. He's a provider. He wants to be there for his queen, for his empress. You know, he's here to stay. The Emperor is a very stable energy. He's a bit like the King of Pentacles. Once they're in love, once they find that person, they're here to stay. It's not wishy-washy energy, you know. But I think them two, with the Sun here, I think your person is just, they want to make it work, okay? They're not being weird about it. They're not being like, oh, I want to leave that person. But I think at the minute you're going through some sort of trouble or some sort of problem. I don't know if, I think your relationship is suffering because of maybe external circumstances, maybe financial dynamics. You know, I don't know, maybe some kind of, I don't know if Romeo and Juliet is still real in today's world. But yeah, you know, maybe your families don't really get along, or there's a problem with the in-laws or something, you know, some kind of external circumstances, or maybe, you know, health problems or career problems, money problems. But I think it's just affecting the relationship, and your person's just trying to work on this so then they can focus on the connection, on you, on the family, on, you know, on the two of you. I think this is what your person is trying to do, because they want this happiness with you. From the first glance of this card, I was like, this is going to be a very positive reading. it's not really positive, but I think the feeling that you're, you know, how your person feel about you, which is the whole topic of this reading, but, you know, we're diverting a little bit, but, you know, digressing and diverting. But yeah, the whole feeling, the feelings of your person towards you, like, is very positive. You know, they want this family if you don't already have. They want to make this work, but it feels like everything is against you, or the universe is against you, or a lot of, you know, it's like, oh, I want this person, I want this to work out, but life keeps happening, and it feels like they're stuck in this, you know, loop, and it feels like they can't really get out of it, you know, or when they're trying, something else happens, you know. It's very, very funny, very weird. And obviously you probably are a few watching this reading, and you know, it's my second reading on this channel, so the energies are going to be very constant. Like, it's just going to be a few of you, probably one or two. Okay. I hope a bit more, but you know, I think it's still going to be a bit different, because probably one of you or a few of you has you know, a lot has been happening, a lot of negative external circumstances has been draining this relationship, you know. And for others of you, it feels like it's the two of you against the world, and you know, so it's been hard to focus on this connection. That's what it feels. Yeah, it's really us against the world kind of energy, you know. Honestly, if this is the case, part number 3, I'm really sorry, and I really hope that this, whatever you're going through with your partner, or them alone, or on your own, you know, if it's just you having these problems, you know, I hope it gets better soon. I hope you can focus on your energy, because it feels like, because if none of these cards were reversed, you know, if you just turn these cards upright, they are very positive energy. Okay, maybe not the 5 of Wands, but if you pair the 4 of Wands with the 5 of Wands, it's, for me, this is couples life, like married life. Okay, yeah, we love each other, but we fight sometimes, which is healthy. There's no couple, nobody's perfect, no couple is perfect. You're never going to end up with someone who you're never going to fight with. You're always going to fight with that person, but it's how you move away from this. It's how you know, and you can have healthy fights. Okay, I am disagreeing with you because of this. It doesn't have to be trashy fights, or oh, I hate you, you're this, you're that. You know, it doesn't have to be that. But I think you're without these external problems, you are a very you both work really well. Okay, you're, I think, exemplary couple. I think people look up to you as a couple as well, you know, if you're together. But I feel most of you are with this person. Okay, you have a long-standing relationship, or a very strong bond, you know. Probably you've known this person for a long time, you've been with them for a long time. There's something about longevity that in this reading, you know. They're planning to stay with you for a long time. They're in for the long haul. Okay, the Emperor is a very stable energy. The Emperor is here to stay. You're not going to move that man away from his chair, man or woman or non-binary, whoever. But the Emperor is here to stay. Okay, we've got offering. What else? So these cards are the advice from the person. What is the advice from the person? We've got Forest. Oops. And we've got the Mask. And we've got the One. Yeah, your person definitely sees you as the one, as their person, the person they want to have a family with, the person they want to be with, you know, the person they want to settle with. But yeah, I feel like at the minute, the offering. They want to give more than they're giving right now. But the Forest, for me, this is the card about being a bit lost, you know. Things are very confusing, things are a bit messy, you know, you don't know, you don't see the end of it. You know, it's like you're lost in this forest. And I think what they're trying to say is, you know, I know the universe has been throwing some horrible things at us lately. You know, our external circumstances were terrible. And it made that we can't really focus on our relationship. I can't really focus on you. But even if I don't always show it, I see you as my person. I see you as the one. I see you as the person I want to have family with, the person I want to settle with, the person I want to spend my whole life with. I do not want these external circumstances to, you know, to stop us from caring about each other, because I deeply, deeply, deeply care about you, you know. The Four of Wands and the Two of Cups are here. Even if they're reversed, it's here. So, you know, your person feel very, usually most of the time, they feel very connected with you. They feel, you know, there's this sense of companionship, this feeling of we're made for each other, this feeling of we found each other. But at the minute, you know, I just feel it's us against the world. But you are my person, and I know that we will get out of this period of, you know, difficulties, and I hope that we will get out of there sooner rather than later, because I can't wait to spend my whole life with you. I can't wait to have this family with you. And yeah, you are everything I have ever hoped for. But at the minute, I think we just need to keep on our course, keep fighting, and, you know, I'm sure things will get easier. And, you know, I know you'll still be by my side by then, and we'll still support each other, because, you know, it's us against the world. Oh, it's very beautiful, pile number 3. You know, you have a very reliable person here, someone who's willing to fight for you, to fight for this relationship. I really feel that your person, you know, is a fighter, and for the good cause. You know, they're not gonna pick fights, but they're, you know, it's the warrior energy that's coming through. I'm gonna fight for you. You know, I'm gonna fight for us. It's very beautiful, pile number 3. I'm really sorry that you're going through a lot, because it seems like, you know, you get along really well. You're very, you know, you're made for each other. But, you know, sometimes life throws curveballs at us, and we just have to roll with the punches, you know. And I know it's really hard, because I kind of relate to this reading a lot, because with my partner, you know, for quite a while now, for the past year, we've been going through a lot of problems, and, you know, obviously it has affected our relationship. And, you know, we just try and focus on each other as much as we can. We just try and, you know, sometimes it's hard, because you keep thinking about your problems, and you think that, oh, you know, this is my world now, all my problems. It's normal. The brain tends to focus on negative things more. I don't know why, unless you rewire it. But yeah, I do feel for you, pile number 3. I hope everything goes well really soon. Yeah, let's see what else. This one is advice from your spirit guides. Oh, that was very quick. What does your spirit guide want to tell you? Creative fire. Reveal your creative talent for an inspired life. Oops. If we can focus, let's see. Yep. Reveal your creative talent for an inspired life. I think the advice here is to, I think you're very intelligent, pile number 3. You and your person, you're very intelligent. I feel like you use your wits. You use your wits. You know, you like to be organized, prepared, you know. You like planning things, and I think here this kind of talent, this kind of way that you have will really help you, because when you're navigating problems, you can just think about it, and you know, I think you have to plan with your person and try to tackle the problems together. That's what I think this card means. Okay. You know, just try and be, you know, just try and be a bit, you know, because I think that sometimes when you have like problems in your life, you don't, I think because that's why they say it's easier to give advice for a situation, you know, for a hard situation, than to actually go through that situation. Because imagine you were your own friend and you were going through that period of, you know, that these problems and all this. What advice would you give your friend? What would you say to them? How would you tackle this problem? You know, I think here planning and you know, thinking about how you're gonna, you know, strategizing, I think it's gonna be very, very useful in this situation. You know, what advice you'd give to your friend? You know, how would you help them get out of this situation? You know, what can help both of you just focus on each other a little bit more? You know, is it going out on dates? You know, watching your favorite movies, making meals together, you know, finding a new activity to do together, you know, I don't know, like cooking, pottery, gardening. There, you know, you can go to the gym together. There are many things that you can do that can rekindle this flame, this passion that you already have with your person. But you know, it's easy to forget about it in the midst of all the problems. But yeah, I think you just need to maybe write down your thoughts, or just imagine yourself thinking, talking to your friend and giving them advice, because I think you already hold a lot of the answers. Part number 3, like I said, you're a very smart person, so I think you just need to like sit down and try and meditate on the solutions for a bit. Okay. But yeah, that was your reading, pile number 3. We went a little bit over the time, but I think you needed the extra time, and plus I was a little bit brain foggy. I really apologize if sometimes I was losing my my train of thoughts. You know, maybe you're feeling a little bit like that as well, and your partner, and you know, in your person. But yeah, I hope this gave you some clarity. I hope you'll be able to navigate this situation, pile number 3. And yeah, I hope to see you in another reading very soon. Bye.